This program is brought to you by the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training Zanzibar in collaboration with Good Neighbors. The program is funded by COICA.
Dear listener, you may learn many useful concepts of biology in this program as far as you pay attention. However, our program today is special for Form 1 biology learners. The program will provide free discussion on the ways of avoiding risky situations in HIV, AIDS, and STDs. The ways of avoiding risky situations in HIV, AIDS, and STDs. Managing risky behaviors. And avoiding HIV, AIDS, and STDs practices. Avoiding HIV, AIDS, and STDs practices. Self-assessment is allowed while the program is going on. For our lovely teacher, the program will help you to prepare a simple lesson for your students so that they will learn with joy and improve their performance.
The road is busy.
Sure, I fear this situation.
Don't worry, we just be carefully.
Okay. What topic shall Madam Guest come to talk about at the meeting?
I think it is about HIV/AIDS and sexual transmission diseases.
Okay. And do you think that the premise of Mr. B is enough?
Yeah, that place is very wide despite the trees available. Do you remember that other meetings often took place there?
Oh, you remind me. Even Sheha conducts some meeting at that place.
Exactly.
Apart from Madam Guest, what other people expected to come at the meeting?
I heard that social welfare in charge of Shahia will attend the meeting. And do you know that Madam Guest is among health committee members of our Shahia?
Really?
Yes, Salma. Other people will be Furahia villagers.
Oh, let us hurry. But do you have enough ideas about HIV, AIDS, and STDs?
Yeah, because I remember I learned those issues in Form 1, but today I forgot everything.
I think we have the same weakness, Musa. I forgot everything. However, I remember we have learned.
Can you remind me even the meaning of abbreviations STDs and STIs?
Yeah, let me try. STDs stands for sexual transmitted diseases and STIs stands for sexual transmitted infections.
STDs, S stands for sexually, T transmitted, D diseases.
Yes, sexually transmitted diseases.
And STIs, S stands for sexually, T transmitted, I infections.
Sexually transmitted infections.
If I'm not wrong, those are two terms that stand with the same concept.
How?
I think that is a good question to Madam Guest.
Exactly. It will be my first question.
No, I will ask her.
No, Musa. Just find other questions. That is mine.
You make me laugh, Salma. How sharp you are. In a moment, you turn my question into yours.
There are many questions about that issue you will ask. Never mind.
Alright. Be quiet, Salma. We are close to the place. You see the people? Mr. B is already sitting.
Yeah, people are still arriving.
Let us sit close to Mr. B.
Okay. Wow, Madam Guest is arriving.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
I hope you are fine and happy, right?
Yes.
So, as you got our prior information, Our major issue of this meeting is the ways of avoiding risky situations, risky behaviors, and practices in HIV/AIDS and STDs. So, without wasting time, our health committee member, Madam Guest, to lead the topic of the meeting. Thank you.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for your good attendance. I'm happy to see you, Mr. B.
Thank you.
I hope you will help to active our discussion.
Thank you, madam.
So, as we agreed in the previous meeting that today we'll base on your questions. I would like to welcome the questions.
Thank you, madam.
So, if you are ready, please raise up your hand and go straight to the question. Okay, Salma, I see your hand.
Yes, madam. I wish to know the difference between sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, and sexually transmitted infections, STIs.
Very good question. Sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, also called sexually transmitted infections, STIs. Yes, they are infections that spread from person to person through sexual activity. They are infections that spread from person to person through sexual activity. Okay?
Okay.
Other questions?
Sorry, madam. Why is it important to use both terms, STDs and STIs?
Thank you, Mr. B. Many healthcare providers use the term infection instead of disease.
Why, madam?
Because a person with an infection may have no symptoms, but still requires treatment. When untreated, an STI can become a disease. A person with an infection may have no symptoms, but still requires treatment. When untreated, an STI can become a disease.
Okay.
Yes, Musa, I saw your hand.
What about the risky situations of HIV/AIDS and STDs, STIs?
Let me help him, madam.
Okay, no problem.
Risk situations in HIV/AIDS and STDs are individual, pairs, or group behaviors that can put somebody in a risk of being affected by HIV/AIDS or STIs.
Thank you, Mr. B.
You're
Can you
welcome.
say it again, Musa or Salma?
It's me. Risk situations in HIV/AIDS and STDs are individual, pairs, or group behaviors that can put somebody in a risk of being affected by HIV/AIDS or STIs.
Excellent. Another question?
Can we have some examples of risky situations?
Let me give you the examples. Then you'll mention the others, okay?
Okay.
Taking care of an injured person who has bleeding without care. Do not drink alcohol and avoid drug abuses. What are the others?
Sharing unsterilized needle and blades without special washing or heating.
Very good. Anybody else?
Me, madam.
Yes?
What is the importance of washing blades and needles or making special heating before using?
Let me help this. Washing needles, blades and alike helps to kill bacteria and viruses.
Thank you, Mr. B. Washing needles, blades and alike helps to kill bacteria and viruses. Other risks?
Still thinking, madam.
Another risk situation is having immoral friends.
Sorry, madam. Who are immoral friends?
Well, those are friends who induce others into bad behaviors such as alcoholism, drug abuse, and sexual intercourse.
Madam,
Yes?
What about having sexual relationship with many people?
I can say that is one among the most serious risk situations of HIV/AIDS and STDs.
Are there any other risk situations apart from those?
Also, I think using drugs or alcohol is a risky situation.
Really?
Yes,
How?
that is very possible, Salma. But I think Madam Guess can elaborate it more clearly.
Yes, using drugs and alcohol can affect a person's judgment, which can lead to risky behaviors.
So we have to find the solution of that.
Of course.
Another serious risk situation is accepting favors and gifts, such as money, clothes, and the mobile phones from members of the opposite sex or stranger,
Why?
because these people may expect sexual favors in return.
Oh my God! And what about the bad practices?
Sorry, madam. May I try?
Yes, you may.
I think bad practices on HIV/AIDS and STIs are drinking alcohol, smoking marijuana, and using other narcotic drugs.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Those are bad practices that may lead to bad behaviors. Do we know examples of narcotic drugs?
I can try.
Okay, Chukulubu, try.
Examples of narcotic drugs are heroin and cocaine.
Very good. Thank you, Chukulubu.
Sorry, madam.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to elaborate a little bit about that point. That is why I said, I'm happy to see you here. So welcome, please. You may ask yourself, why heroin and cocaine support risky situations and bad practices? Usually, drugs impair the judgment ability and make people more likely to engage in unprotected sex.
Excellent. I think you have gained something new, isn't it?
We gained a lot!
We would like to thank you, madam, for visiting us. We are happy for this important issue that you presented to us. My last advice to the youth, especially students, is to avoid going out alone or in the company of strangers, especially at night.
Exactly.
Avoid visiting places such as bars, casinos, and nightclubs.
Also, I'm happy for your invitation, and I promise to come again in the near future, if our God wishes.
Thank you, madam. Yes.
Soma, soma mwana soma, uwe mjini. Soma, soma mwana soma, uwe kijijini. Soma, soma mwana soma, ukiwa na mahitaji maalum. Soma, soma mwana soma.
Thank you, Salma and Musa. Thank you, Madam Guest, for giving us necessary caution based on HIV/AIDS and STDs prevention. The discussion was so interesting. Hopefully, our dear listeners have enjoyed and gained a lot through our discussion. Now, here are the questions about the topic for further discussion. You may take a pen and a notebook. Number 1. How does unscreened blood can be challenged against prevention of HIV/AIDS and STDs? How does unscreened blood can be challenged against prevention of HIV/AIDS and STDs? Suggest to your friends 3 strategies of taking care against HIV/AIDS and STDs. Suggest to your friends 3 strategies of taking care against HIV/AIDS and STDs. Prepare 2 slogan messages that you may use to stop bad practices or behaviors towards HIV/AIDS and STDs. Prepare 2 slogan messages that you may use to stop bad practices or behaviors towards HIV, AIDS, and STDs. Here is the end of this program, but you are so welcomed in the next program. Until next time, bye-bye.